Hello there. Few things to catch up on today. Let's start with CPP. So CPP, the Canada Pension Plan, what the maximum pensionable earnings was announced yesterday for 2021, and it's gone up to $61,600, which is up from $58,700. So what that means is you pay CPP on your earnings until you make $61,600, and then you don't have to pay CPP anymore. The first $3,500 is an exemption, but if you're making up to $61,600, after that, no CPP. So that means that the maximum contributions have also gone up. They've also changed the rate. So there's a lot of variables getting changed here. So it was 5.25% in 2020, and in 2021, it's going to be 5.45%. So the maximum amount that you will need to contribute is $3,166.45. So $3,166.45, which if you are self-employed is double, because if you're self-employed, then it means that you are paying the employer's portion and the employee's portion. So as an employee, when I pay CPP, it gets deducted off my check, and then my employer matches that, and it all goes to the CRA. So new numbers for 2021, it goes up every year. We're expecting this. This period, I can't remember when they started, but they started a couple years ago really ramping up the amount of CPP contributions. And so we're not at the peak yet. It's going to go up even more in 2022. But yeah, $61,600 maximum pensionable earnings. And the total self-employed contribution is $6,332.90. We also had an update on the CEWS legislation, because they had to pass legislation to update the CEWS, and on the new rent relief that the government has promised, and it's been months. They drafted legislation. They announced that yesterday, and maybe it's 2 days ago that they drafted it. And so hopefully that passes really quickly. I'm expecting it to be next week at the latest, just based on how fast they were able to pass the legislation for previous legislation for the pandemic. They've been doing that really, really quickly, and it doesn't seem to see a lot of opposition, really. Like, the opposition parties aren't like, no, we want to go back to the drawing board, or you're the worst. Well, they kind of do, but they vote for it anyway. So hopefully that gets passed really quickly. Those are the two big updates that I had for you. They're like actually mild updates at best. I also want to tell you about the house renovations that are now just happening, because Ryan decided that today was the day he was going to cut a bunch of holes in the wall. So I had internet problems for the adapter on my computer was giving me issues. So I dropped a call when I was in the middle of a meeting today, which was a little bit frustrating, but it was a colleague. It wasn't a new client. It doesn't make it better. I was actually still frustrated. But so Ryan's like, okay, I'm gonna bring the router upstairs so that we can just plug you in, basically. So now I'm hardwired. But he decided to do that. He was gonna run cable up through the wall. And so anyways, there's just holes in the walls now. So he cut a hole like this big in one of the walls over here, and then just cut another hole in the ceiling in the basement to try and like feed wires through. I don't know. There's not even any wires going through that right now. Now he's downstairs poking around at stuff, and he's gonna put some holes in the wall behind me. Probably be like down there, so you probably won't see it on the camera, but yeah. Also an update, mildly interesting update. We're getting wired for Ethernet internet. Ethernet cables are being wired through the house so that we can get internet. And I'm super excited about that, but less excited about the random holes in the walls. Have you ever done that? Have you ever started a project and then it ended up sort of spiraling? Like, that ended up taking a lot more of the day than I thought it was going to. I mean, not my day, because I was working, but Ryan went from, yeah, I'm just gonna move the router, to taking up, can you hear that? He's vacuuming now. He's vacuuming up all the drywall bits that he put on the floor. But tell me about it. Tell me about that a day when you like thought there was just a small little project and then it ended up just taking up the whole day. You just like, but really to do this properly, I need to do this other thing. And then before you know it, it's like 7 p.m. and you're like, well, darn, didn't do anything I wanted today. Let me know about that in the comments.